Yes, sir.
So, will Ripley's do a Do People Believe in Zombies, believe it or not, episode?
If you want to pay for an episode, we'll do it for you.
Okay. But it's not in the books. Fair enough.
Unless you fund it personally.
I'll
Doesn't
work on
cost
that.
Ripley's a dime.
I will work on that.
Good deal. Any real question from journalists?
Tell us about
What?
your
Tell us what?
tell us about your interest in the unusual and bizarre.
What's not to be interested about someone who's overcoming a horrible disability or training themselves a skill that they have to the ultimate? To me, it's all very interesting. We sort of think that we're failing as human beings, and there are many failings currently as humans, but there's still some who are excelling to the nth degree. So that's what this is. Our decision, tone-wise, is to celebrate it. You know, there's no ew factor for her. Even a guy who wants to remake himself into a parrot. Knock yourself out, pal. I mean, live free or die. It's as old as the books. You know, so my job as an executive producer is to make sure it's not a snarky tone. I can do snark all day long, but you know, you got to pay respect to somebody who's overcome some real hardships. Yes.
What was your first thought when you received the call that you were going to be doing this?
Well, they got to ask me first.
Of course.
I thought, yeah, I've heard of Ripley's. That's a factor these days.
Yeah.
Have you heard of anybody? Everyone's always 22 these days, so it's nice to hear of a company that's 100 years old.
Yeah. And then
That's still around.
And then joining the history of it.
Yeah,
being a
it's
part
great.
Of it.
Yeah, being part of it. They actually go way the hell back. They'll be here. They were here before Travel Channel. They'll be here after Travel Channel.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Travel Channel will be around for a very long time. But yeah, I had heard of it. Yes, sir.
Hey, cousin Dave, Circus of Chaos. We're traveling around all these different
I
stories.
will not answer your question seriously because you have a lobster for a microphone.
Oh, man, I'm a hot
Now
mess.
let's try it again.
All right.
Go ahead.
What story freaked you out the most? Were you just
Don't say freak out. We don't do the F word. We do the E word, extraordinary.
What was the most extraordinary?
What's the most extraordinary?
Yeah, were you?
Oh, this freakish guy. No, you can't pick one. It's like picking your favorite kid. We got 60 stories that we're telling, you know. There's no favorite. There's no favorite. We don't play favorites. They're all unbelievable. Which do you pick? The guy who survives a weekend underwater in a boat where he thinks everyone's dead and the boat has sunk like well below the ocean? Or, you know, you pick the little kid who is blind and wants to learn how to ride his bike, so he learns to echolocate like a bat so that he can ride a bike. And he learned to be proficient and then taught other kids how to ride a bike. Those are pretty good stories. So your little problems don't amount to shit compared to these people. That's what matters. That's what equals an inspiring show. You go, oh man, I can't do that and I got all my limbs. So.
Were there any specific stories that struck a personal chord with you?
Anybody who comes from behind is a fan of mine. You know, I mean, I'm a fan of that. The underdog, a lot of underdogs here. People who lose, paralyzed, come back, you know. Guy has no lower half to his body. What do you do with that? This guy's making money with it. You know, we met some really interesting characters. Yes?
Has working on the show kind of changed the way you feel about even like your own personal self? As an entertainer, as a performer, as a man with charisma?
No, it made me realize that we're not pushing ourselves as hard as we should. I think we're wimping out. I think when you say you can't do something, watch this show. I say bullshit. You know, the stuff that they have been able to do is just, I don't know. I don't know how they all have their own story of how they did it, but you know, it's impressive. So yeah, that's what you learn. The takeaway is, wow, I didn't know you could kind of crank it up to that level. Which is, to me, that's very encouraging. Yes?
Do you have anything that you're looking forward to shooting or covering?
Yeah, another season.
We're
We're waiting for the magic pickup.
Nothing has been secured for season 2?
Nothing is ever secured in
Yeah.
television. Nothing. If nobody watches, the greatest show on television will go down in flames. But no, no reason for them not to do more. Lots of stories out there. No shortage. Yes,
If you had to pick an exploit or a story from your own personal life to appear on the show, what would you choose?
an exploit.
Yeah.
I don't have skills like that. I have stunt guys. Seriously, anything that looks like I'm going to get hurt, I call my guy Rysho Vezolev. He lives in Sofia, Bulgaria. He's the best stunt guy ever. And Rysho will do it. But in this case, what's cool about it, it's all them doing their stuff. There's no stunt guys, no fakery. Everything I do is fake. Everything in motion pictures and TV. Nothing of what these people do is fake. I love the fact that this one woman who's going to overcome her fear of heights by standing on a 3/4 inch, strap across a cavern that, would kill anyone who fell. She's harnessed in, but she fell for like years doing this to overcome her fear. That's how she's going to overcome her fear of heights, is to go to the worst place possible to train. It's pretty awesome when you think about it. And what's cool is about her footage, she shot her own stuff, is you see the footage where she gets it. She starts to fall one time and then she goes, whoa. And you can see from that point she had it. What a way to learn. I wouldn't have done it that way. I won't go near that shit. At height, no way. Rysho, come in. Do the fall. No way. So people are impressive to me who can do stuff for real.
Absolutely.
I come from the world of fakery, Yes, sir.
Sam Raimi has said that he's determined to make another Evil Dead movie or continue the story, and you're retired from the character. Would you ever come out of retirement just to play Ash one more time?
It's really amazing. I knew Sam was out doing PR. He produced a movie, right? Some alligator movie?
Yeah,
Crawl, right? So he's out talking to everybody. And that question, if Sam's out there, that question's going to come up. So he's spewing all this bullshit. Oh, yeah. He might come out of retirement, yeah. Oh, we might make him with or without him. Yeah, sure. So the way, the wonderful internet and good, thorough journalism, Campbell, maybe coming back as Ash. Then someone takes that. Campbell said he's coming back as Ash. Raimi says, yep, go, go, go on Campbell. It's like the telephone game. The further it gets removed, the more ridiculous the headline becomes. So I watched a generic interview with Sam saying maybe, maybe not, come into morph itself back into now I'm starring as Ash. We want to keep the series going, to tell the continuing stories of innocent people who have no skills going up against horrible, basically very nasty evil spirits, and trying to overcome that, to me, is still cool. Whether it's a woman lead, man lead, whether it's serious like the Evil Dead remake of a few years ago, that director chose to do it completely dead straight. That's a dead straight movie.
Yeah,
First
great movie.
Evil Dead is pretty serious. There's no joke until Evil Dead 2 and beyond. I'd actually like to see a remake that is sort of like an Evil Dead 2, where you let the lead character comment on what the hell is going on and let them be funny, man or woman. It's just, the only thing that's consistent is I'm not going to put the chainsaw back on. That it's done. You don't want to get what I call the Star Wars factor here, where I'm leaning over a walker and it's painted green so they can remove it from the shop. I think you know what I'm talking about. I still have all my faculties. I can still go do other work. There comes a time. It's time. Because Ash vs. Evil Dead, we put everything on the table. We put everything on it. We got nothing else. I got nothing else to give. It's all right there. I screwed up my. What is this? Is it the circadian rhythm? What is it? Come on, always. Pardon me. Well, then help us explain the circadian rhythm.
No.
You pronounced it correctly.
Circadian rhythm is where you have your sleep-wake cycle, your natural sleep-wake cycle.
Yeah. So for 3 seasons, in March, it springs forward. Great. Go to New Zealand. 3 days later, they fall back. So you're in all fall, come home in August, it's all fall. Go to next March, spring forward, go to New Zealand, fall back. It's all fall. 3 years of eternal fall will fuck you up so bad. I'm telling you, I'm not even kidding. I'm glad they canceled that show. For my circadian rhythm.
Damn.
I have now repaired my circadian rhythm.
There you go.
Thank you for clarifying. Yes, sir.
So what was your number one draw to come do this show?
Come to this show?
Yeah.
Most people, when you say Ripley's, goes, yeah, I've heard of it.
Right.
I mean, seriously, most people. So why would I not want to do that?
How's the show going to
Fair enough.
compete with what's on the internet?
Because we will give a shit about the human beings that we're talking about. And we'll get to know them. I use this analogy all the time. Go to YouTube, Russian intersection bad car crashes in Russia. You'll see the best car crashes, horrible. Tankers exploding, civilians just being destroyed, left. Same intersection, the worst intersection in the world, right? Most deadly. You can do it in 3 seconds. You don't know any of those people.
True.
It could be digital. It's meaningless. But get to know Shorty Dangerously, who doesn't have the bottom half of his body. What the hell is his life like? How has he managed to cope? Not only cope, the thing is, these people are not only getting back to zero, they're actually progressing back. Most people would get happy to just back to zero. I'm a functioning guy with no lower half, but I can kind of get through my day. Most people would, that'd be like out of the park. This fucking guy is going to 60 cities this year. He tours more than I do. So, I don't know, was that an answer?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so you know the people. And it is like a movie. You have to care about your hero. Or I don't care if he lives or dies by the end. So it's like these people. And the funny thing is, they all have a great story. That's the thing. It's not like they don't have a story. If you're born with no lower half essentially to your body, you're going to have a story to tell about your life and how you managed to get through all this.
There's a lot of nostalgia here, and a lot of us grew up watching Ripley's.
Sure.
Did you get the chance to revisit any of the stories from before or any of the people?
I didn't really have to. We wanted to establish our own tone. I didn't want to be influenced by anybody. You know, Jack Palance has his own thing. They watched the show because they were afraid not to, because he would threaten them, I think, if they didn't watch the show. You watch the show, Ripley's, believe it or not. Dean Cain was good, very affable, handsome young man. You know, now, see ya, boys. But yeah, look, come on. We like eating ham sandwiches. We like eating meatloaf. We like our meatloaf shows. This is a meatloaf show.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good. Makes you feel like the show you watched 20 years ago. Only it's new. It's like in HD. It's not all crappy video. It's amazing. These people, we find them because they have created a following for themselves. Lily, I think it's Hevish, I'm going to get this wrong. She's the domino queen that we will feature at some point. She has 1 million+ followers on YouTube. And so their footage is great. They don't shoot handheld crappy footage anymore. It's all like nicely shot, you know, HD.
Do you yourself go out and find these stories? And
No, I don't find them. No. That's what Ripley's experts are for. Because Ripley's, it's quite the operation, the Ripley's thing. They're headquartered in Orlando. And they got this covered. They curate, you know, and what's kind of cool is in thinking about this is digital curation. Ripley's doesn't have the biggest collection, but I'll bet they have the coolest collection, you know? So this is just adding to their collection, and I think that's our approach when we come to amazing people. Can we add you to our Ripley's collection? And they're usually very happy to do it, you know?
Is there someone that you know of that has not yet been featured that you would love to feature on the show?
Not specifically.
Okay.
That I know. But yeah, they're out there. Well, we hope that this show will kind of inspire people to get a hold of Ripley's.
Absolutely.
You know? Hey, Joe Blow did so-and-so.
Right.
I can do that, because, you know, it really runs the gamut. It's not like you have to have some physical deformity, you know?
Absolutely.
That's not the plan here. It's like,
Yeah.
they're the best card throwing guy on the planet. He can kill you, right here, you're dead,
Yep,
with a card.
that's awesome.
He slices an Oreo in half sideways, through the air, through the cream. Not bad, I can't do that. Until you die, you couldn't do that.
No, that's awesome.
I think he was something about these, he's a quarterback or whatever, and he flamed out, but something about his wrist.
So you can
that
kill
was-
Oreos.
He can kill an Oreo. Olive, slice an olive in half.
Perfect.
Yeah, guys who can balance crap, I don't know. Yes, sir.
How do you make the show your own as the host?
Work with the writers, so that I don't talk like a robot. That's the beauty of teleprompters, you just change it, so it makes sense. No big deal. And agree on the tone. We just want to be respectful, these people, and we want to celebrate them, so that's what we all had to agree on, you know. That these people are cool. I think, you know, if you have a robo-arm, there's an element of cool to that. They're very modern. I don't know, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
On that note, have you figured out your sign-off for the Ripley's Believe It or Not? And how you're gonna deliver it?
I gave it to them 48 different ways they can choose whatever they want. I don't decide.
Okay.
It's for the suits to decide, for the post-production people. Yes.
There's supposed to be a movie that was to be made years ago with Jim Carrey and Tim Burton. Do you know if anything may ever come of a movie?
You mentioned two people who are not me. Why would I know about it?
I guess speaking of that, do you know if any talk has been made with Ripley about trying to chronicle the life of him?
The life of
Ripley.
Of Ripley?
Yes.
I'm sure there's some bogus documentary out there about Ripley. I don't know. Never thought about it. He would be extraordinary.
Yeah.
Sure, do an episode. Yeah, do a story on Ripley. Why not? How we got into it.
Yeah.
Backstory. Good, good. I like the way you're thinking.
We have time for one or two more questions.
The good ones, you know. Well, that's right. We're swapping groups out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we get to throw you guys out. Yes.
Of the different roles that you have had and the different fandoms that you have been a part of, from Hercules to Burn Notice to even Ash, of those fan bases, of the many, which do you think would be the quickest to pick up Ripley's as a show?
Evil Dead. Yeah. Same amount of tattoos. People living on the edge a little bit. Yeah. It makes sense. Makes sense. Evil Dead fans are great. They're very scary on the outside, but very friendly on the inside. They hide their softness under their hardness. Just an observation. Yes.
As a man, as they say, with 1,000 chins, have you been known that?
No, just a couple now.
Has there been anyone that's featured that rivals yourself in such a way?
I don't need to worry about Jay Leno's chin or anybody's chins. Nope.
That's all we needed to hear.
Everyone's features, they can just worry about their own features. Yes.
Any news on you writing another book?
Yeah, I'm gonna write another book. I just finished another script because I realized that movies don't get made unless there's a thing called a script. So now that Ash vs. Evil Dead is in the rearview mirror, it's time to do other fabulous stuff. So I have some fun stuff that I want to do. My state of Oregon is a spectacular, beautiful state that has been underexposed, and I'm gonna use every inch of it. Because you have a beautiful coast where there's nobody. You can't own it like some asshole in California. You don't get to own the coast in Oregon. So the coast is the coast. The middle part, the Cascades, beautiful. Bend, it's where they shot the Postman up there. And then the high desert, the Hawaii desert, is where they shot Point Break, all the skydiving sequences. That's my desert, Mother Scratcher. And very few people have captured it. So I'm really excited to get going, work on some other stuff. And maybe let one more from our lobster friend.
So how many character profiles do we get to see per episode? Is it one episode?
I think it's like 6. Yeah, it's a 42-minute thing, so it's 7 minutes each, 6 times 1 hour, whatever. It's something like that. Yeah, it's about half a dozen each program. Of course, it's been on for 5 weeks now, so maybe you should catch it.
Ha!
On that happy note, maybe we'll kick their asses.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.